As fun as pointless settler spam is on different continents, now that I'm building factories around Rome, I'm actually going to focus on making sure that we have all of the cities around me, sending all of my traders to Setia as well. Up to 100 pop, if we can get to 100 production as quick as we can, that will be really good. Where was this era score when we needed it before? Just Zaf now killing cores. I mean, this was the era score I needed. It's just the AI being annoying and not leaving their units out before, I think. Oh, this frigate is going to be very powerful. Oh, I tell you what, Egypt have got a tough counterattack. That just did 90 damage to my city in one hit from a Curacao core there. I'm building walls. I'll get protection very soon, but I need to focus on getting my city strength up a little bit. It is as high as it can get at the moment. Thinking about it, I probably want to bring my armada out of the city just in case it does get taken. Oh, it's not often that a city-state hits that hard on counterattack. I was just grinding experience there, but oh, that's painful. Let's see if we can kill this core. It's going to be quite tough, but again, it's worth some tasty era score if we can manage it. Oh, not quite, unless this bombard gets the kill. It does. More era score. Excellent. Well, isn't this a lot of fun? I've actually now got sources in the city, and I'm still only 50% likely to take siphon funds. Oh my lord, that's so unlikely. And tech boost is only a third. I was thinking about switching to tech boost. Alright, I'm gonna have to try and level up on the easiest mission, which is siphon funds, but this is tough. There is some huge protection in Germany right now. Spies may be a good way of catching up, but not in all situations. Okay, I found this edge of the map. That's good. We're going to go and find the last person on this map, and then eventually we'll send some units out into the other side of the map to prove that the world is kind of roundish. Nationalism! Yeah, this is good. This is good for old Ursa. Professional army, retinues, out you go. Don't need you anymore. I'm forcing myself to put serfdom back in because I've got so much conquered territory and I need to improve it. I really do. It's too good not to improve. Too good. And as fun as Craftsman or Conscription or any card like that is, I think Raid is going to give me more when I go pillaging, which I might not do for a little bit, you know? I'm going to go Craftsman. The reason I'm not going to do that, oh, you should just ignore this Curacao, who's definitely trying not to die. Oh, 500 gold. I love Caesar's ability. We're just about to start the siege of Egypt. We're 2 turns away from observation balloons now, but I can now start to core and fleet my units up. This will result in a little bit of a reduction of fighting force. I am aware of this, but we can get people like the Falcon now as a core. Excellent. In fact, even my navy is going to do this, and we probably need to get into a little bit of a naming spree because I've got quite a few troops here that need improving. Oh, Zaf, you two are fleet. Every man and woman will be their own fleet. That's what we're going to say. The only ones I'm not going to fleet up are my frigates. These all have huge promotions. I'm going to wait until I have enough niter to buy new ones. Do I want to get rid of them? I couldn't possibly. Persia is the last person on the map. Honor to meet you. I reckon we'll throw them a speculative friendship just in case. Yeah, it works. Sometimes late game it just works, even with minus 64. Don't ask. Don't ask. Oh, they're up for the war though. Get in. I'm not the first person to meet everyone though. Wow, the AI is genuinely done well. Oh, I tell you what that is. Yeah, Germany's they've got satellites, so they met everyone from the sky. That makes sense and is also illogical and worrying. There is a decent peace deal coming in from Egypt, but look at all of these cities that they've got, including, I mean, I've said at least one campus city. I wanted more. The theatre squares will do as well. Natural history. You may notice I have 6 envoys. I am deliberately saving them up. I want to take back Bologna, and one of the best ways of doing that is just holding on for a little bit until you take the containment card, which lets you double up on envoys. I think it's going to be one of the few ways we're actually going to pull that one off, so we'll give it a good go. The one thing I am quite proud of in this game is that even though we've been very much against it, I have developed the 5th biggest empire on score. Yeah, I know Germany has 1,270, but I think we're doing pretty well. Here is flight. Oh, coal is worth a lot in this game. Scotland has none and needs it desperately. Right, well, remember that. Actually, developing coal economically is one of the best things that I can do in this game. That's really worth keeping an eye on there. I don't think there was a whole lot of coal for me to unlock, unfortunately. Well, there is some in Africa. Okay, there's more of it around than maybe I thought. There's 2 sources there. I mean, that's worth probably about 15 gold per turn, just that little settlement. But this is what we've been waiting for here. Observation balloon number 1 and observation balloon number 2. Means now if I have a little sighter unit like this one, I have 1 bombard that can now fire on the city. In fact, I've actually got 2. It's going to take a little while, but this is the start. This is the start of my forward forward momentum now into Egypt. How am I going to back this up? Here are the leading theories. Going for research labs to really boost my science. Going for battleships to unlock oil as well as just a better unit. Don't have a huge amount of coal, but I could buy coal in theory. Or going for radio to find whether the aluminium is good enough for advanced flight. I think planes have got to be the tactic here, so we'll go steam power for now. Or CAD is in this game. It's protected by 26 envoys. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, if only I'd known a CAD was around. Well, actually, no, I did know that a CAD was around. If only I had access to a CAD a little bit earlier. That's what I should say. Switching up everything, and again, I'm going to put raid back in now. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to really start firing into Egypt. We have some good units led by the Falcon. Cuirassiers are coming in. Everything is core. Everything is strong. We'll do what we can to just pillage everything. We're now beginning to whittle this down. That's quite useful. Half broken, and more importantly, the pillage. It's begun in its fullest, most beautiful capacity. Steam power. Let's find radio. Oh, that's lovely. That is a Spanish destroyer. Apologies, I'm gonna have to just throw a couple of envoys at the letter, which is a bit annoying, because as we all know, ancient walls is plenty to stop a destroyer getting in. Oh dear. Oh dear. Espionage pact. I'm going to go to try and push through steel tech boost if I can get that. Oh, that'll be worth it. I'm in city center buildings. Because I've got 22 cities, that will help if that goes through. Neutralize governor, of course, that one was the one to go through. And our spy got captured in Germany. It was always likely to happen. It's fine. So the benefit of starting a city right on the borders of Bologna, apart from the era score I get, is that I'm already in range of a factory, which means I've got +6 production, which is really, really handy. We can start getting that campus down as quick as I can. We are really working through campuses now. We've got one finishing in Ostia. Venetre is quickly getting on there, as is Puttoli, Rhodesium, Lugdunum. I reckon we can push our science maybe to 350 if we're lucky. If we're lucky, we'll see if this works. My military emergency runs out in a sec as well, which means I might be able to get peace with Spain. That would help as well. That would help as well. Oh, that is a Spanish modern armor that's just appeared. Okay. Oh, and a Macedonian tank. I really need to get my combat strength up in my cities. How am I going to do that? Oh, steam power. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be expensive. Where are you, Zaf? Ironclad time. Bam. That's added another 15 combat strength to all of my cities. It just means, whilst they're not powerful enough to survive a full-blooded assault, a single modern armor is not going to beat through the walls now. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Oh, it's a good thing we made that move. Look at that, the timber group. This destroyer has just attacked the city just before. I mean, if I hadn't have upgraded that city strength, that probably would have taken a good chunk out of that wall. I think if I put liberalism in, I can keep every city in my empire just about happy once everything shakes out. Oh, this Curacao wants to play, does it? You are going to regret moving your units in. This is not working. Look at that modern armor, 107 strength when I try and attack it. Yeah, I want peace with Spain as quickly as possible. They technologically are, I would call, frightening. Setia hits 15 pop just as I need urbanization. That's amazing. Look, this is a decent city now. Oh, I love coal. Oh, look at that. 60 gold per turn for all of that. Nice. The military emergency fails, and I now have 200 diplomatic favor, as well as a permanent +2 combat strength against Spain and Macedon from my cities. Not the hugest thing, but I'm hoping we can now, fingers crossed, make peace with people. Just renewing my alliances before I forget. Sometimes it takes a turn or two to go through. Yep, you never know. You never know. It may be peace in our time. It may be. Walls are down. The walls are down. Oh, I really need this city. I really do need this city. We're starting to make peace now. We're starting to make peace with different people. The all-important one is Spain, though. Please. Please. 3 gold per turn. I'm willing to pay 3 gold per turn. They just stole 2 of my traders out from the middle of the sea, and it cost me like 500 gold. I can replace them immediately, but I don't want to have to, you know? Worryingly, Germany's got smart materials, but luckily they don't have nanotech. Sometimes the AI can take a little bit of time to figure out all of the technologies it needs to win a science victory, so fingers crossed there'll be a slight delay here and we'll be able to take advantage of that. But this city is now mine. That's another 500 gold. My army can now start to push forward. I wish I could pray in a wall immediately, but I can't because Valletta once again was taken. Who am I going to attack? What's my play here? What is my play here? I just don't know what my navy are going to do. The Med is not the fertile battleground I wanted it to be. I could attack Byzantium. I don't think that's a bad idea, you know? Yeah, my navy is going to go north, see what we can do. So my military ally, the Ottomans, went to space, and I think I've just got a level 2 alliance with them because the game has had a really long think about this, and I've just discovered a natural wonder. Yep, here we go. We now have the map. We have the first circumnavigation. Of course we do. Let's just see how this map is. First of all, you can see Scotland has pushed well into England. Oh, England, what are you doing? Unified Celtic lands around Armagh. It's very much squeezed England into what appears to be maybe the edge of where sort of the Belgian-French border is. Bit of Cornwall, bit of South England. The Dutch are still valiantly doing a one-city challenge. I love it. And look at Germany. Oh, they've taken over all of these Dutch lands, stopped Gaul from expanding, and have really pushed up to the Polish border. They haven't really expanded other than that, but I think, yeah, look at this. 3 cities they're just taking one by one here. France are on the edge of something impressive. On the edge of something impressive. It depends on whether or not they can expand from here, but this Gaul city is going to flip to them. If this one goes, I see Gaul collapsing like a house of cards. Spain have pretty much just unified around Portugal. This is a very satisfying shaped little continent, isn't it? But Spain have got to Africa. Portugal very much hasn't. Portugal often suffers on this map, which is a shame because it's a really good one for them. You can see my empire. I've sort of unified Italy. We've got out into the islands and I've taken over most of Greece. Athens is going to fall to me, weirdly. So that's quite fun. Macedon has unified sort of northern Greece and up into the Balkans. We've got a kind of Hungarian-Austrian empire going on, which is quite nice. Poland is okay. Considering Byzantium had one city for the longest time, they've done really well, especially because they've lost Constantinople to the Ottomans. That is wonderful. I love that. Scythia has not expanded compared to what they could have done. Look at all of this space on the map. Oh, Scythia. There's no Georgia here. Persia as well. Gilgabro. None of these people have really done that much. The Ottomans have played a very good game. It's a really strong Turkey. This map is very good for that. You can see Arabia. There's no point settling into the desert. I totally understand that. And Egypt is very satisfyingly settled along the Nile, which is kind of the direction I'm now headed. Well, it looks like they're going to dismantle themselves. Looking at the loyalty there. Yeah, targets are interesting. I still think Macedon is up there with a good target for me to try and unify up around here. They're just very, very powerful. Spanish African lands could also be something to conquer. But I'm not happy with how Germany's doing. They really are now beginning to push. But one thing that we do have on our side is that everyone hates Germany. Everyone hates Germany. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can cause a little bit of chaos. Get Gilgabro to declare a joint war with me over Germany. Now, I'm ages away from Germany. This doesn't really bother me, but they've got 3,000 military and they're already at war, I believe, with Gaul. Now what I need to do is I need to go through everyone in the world and just see who wants to get involved in this war because it's a really good one. Oh, Hungary are in. That's a good pickup. Scotland as well. Okay, the seas will be attacked. My military ally, the Ottomans, are coming in as well. They recognize that there is a science leader here that needs to be pegged back. Germany is now at war with 7 people, including myself. Hopefully. Hopefully that'll slow them down a bit. Either that or we're going to see some massive German tanks rolling through the Alps and we'll go, oh, we made a mistake. And then we'll move from there. How much aluminium did we get? Oh, Argos is sat on top of some and there's some over there. Okay, that's good. That's really, really good. We've got 2 sources of aluminium. That's enough for some planes. Let's go straight to advanced flight. The Falcon now has urban warfare. Oh yeah, 10 combat strength. That's going to come in very handy. Military emergency. No, I just got peace actually. I just got peace. I'm going to put all of my Diplo favor in. I've been saving it for this very situation. It's probably going to go through anyway. Yeah, at least I get to keep it. Now, who has declared on me? Is Spain gone for me again? Macedon went through it, but couldn't declare. They must have been peace locked, and Spain did go through it. All right. Spain wants round 2. That does worry me, seeing, oh, so I'm just about to go and settle that city, and there's a modern armor sat right there. Come on, don't do that. I'm not many turns off planes, though. As soon as I get planes, I'll have at least something I can attack Spain with. All right, I'm going to send my spies over to city-states. Sounds ridiculous, but I really, really want to work on some city-states now. Okay, my coal city may prove to be a little bit swarmed by barbarians, so let's just settle it there. We'll work out the specifics in a minute, eh? I tell you what, these extra universities, these are beginning to add up nicely. 350 science per turn. Normally I would say, hey, that's a lot of science, but then looking at 1,200, 750, 770, 720, I'm in the pack. Oh, I'm now 31 techs behind Germany. They're going to have giant death robots before I actually catch up with them, aren't they? Oh dear. Oh, I tell you what, how about this as a play? Play of the game so far. The Dutch have just declared war on Gaul. You have no walls, you have one city. I mean, I guess that's how you're going to invade. That's how you're going to get back into the game, but I mean, wow. That is hilarious. You have to admire the spirit. To all of that, you really do. It's another city in the Alps. No one had claimed it, which is really strange, and it counts as a Western Europe city, which is great as well, and a snowy +5. Oh, all the campuses. I mean, loyalty-wise, there's no chance I'll hold on to it for the rest of the game, but it's worth a try. This Spanish fleet is causing me a slight headache. It's very powerful, and all of my traders go through this sort of section of land, so they are farming gold off me. What is the best way of dealing with it? Do I just get a frigate or a privateer and then start attacking from my cities? Do I wait for advanced flight and get a fighter or two over there? I think I might get a fighter or two, or bombers. Bombers will probably do the trick. My city attacks are actually doing a not undecent amount as well, so I think we should be okay. We can always replace traders if we need to. Sounds brutal, but we can. Tell you what, my navy is out of date, but instead of going for Byzantium, I think I'm gonna have to try and peel it back and deal with some of Spain's boats, because they are tough, and Zaf at 80 strength. You actually can stand up to these destroyers pretty well. I need you. Mobilization. Okay, I'm going to use my faith quite nicely to build up armies, especially on the Egyptian front. My bombards would really benefit with being just that little bit more powerful. Oh, that field cannon army is a problem though. Even the Falcon's going to have a problem with that. But now the city walls are broken, I don't have to worry so much. So yeah, you know what? Let's start putting the squeeze on. Okay, planes. I have at least 4 aluminium. If I sell this lovely piece of amber I seem to have picked up from somewhere, delicious, I have enough for not just 1, but 2 bombers. I think the best thing I can do right now is divert them to defense. We'll use them, clear up these Spanish, these naval units, which I think I'm doing fairly nicely. Then I'll move them over. Actually, I've got a bit of a fleet that can deal with Athens here. Well, this is a nice pickup if we can get this. It does have steel walls and a lot of strength. You know what? I think loyalty might be the better option on that. The planes. Planes gives me a move for the first time in a long time. Now I need to figure out if I've got oil. It gives me battleships, lets me pick up steel. Steel turns my gold from 5 to 700 when I take over cities. That's the sort of thing that stacks up really nicely. Athens has a pretty decent +6 campus, as well as 2 sources of aluminium. Oh, strategically, this pickup is immense. So now that we're on turn 186, there's a little bit of an update for you need to know about. Not only is Eleanor, Spain, and Gilgamesh now all going to space, but now Suleiman is on the moon as well, and Suleiman has nanotech as well as Frederick. This is now getting a bit desperate. We need momentum. We need options. The biggest option that I could get to is nuclear fission. Now that would give me nuclear devices. I need to also probably first get to chemistry to get research labs to get a lot of science. Just getting as many campuses as possible. Luckily for me, it looks like Macedon actually has built quite a few, so Macedon definitely are really good to conquer, but I need bombers. To get bombers, I need this aluminium and this aluminium. 2 sources. That'll give me 8 planes. 8 planes is a lot better. So with my first 2, I was thinking about using them to protect against Spanish troops down here, but I don't think that's priority. I will get Athens from loyalty, but 8 turns is, or like 9 turns probably, is too long to wait. So let's get my units down. Let's see if we can somehow take Athens. I need to make sure that I bring my unit in. Zaf, just hold this. Stop. Oh God, Macedon's tank corps from walking in. I don't want that. That sounds awful. My frigates cannot get in to shoot. Okay, bring them around again. Oh, I like this. There's a certain amount of desperation here, I won't lie. But there's also quite a lot of fun in the sense that I actually don't know how we're going to win this. Genuinely, from me as a creator to you, the audience, I have no idea how we're going to win this. Let's try and actually steal Bologna with a spy. I have 8 envoys. Oh, where are my envoys best used? I think I'm I'm still waiting until I get to Cold War. I need my envoys to really, really push through. There's no point flailing around and trying to go for a city-state. I need 2 scientific states and then Kilwa fires from Sparta. So we're just holding out for that. Did I mention this as well? I was about to take Abydos and it fell to loyalty, which means that it's got new walls now. I was literally about to walk in there. It's like, why? I can't tell whether or not selling my Diplo favor is a good idea or not. I have about 300 of it. I'm not going to get a diplomatic victory in time for this. I don't believe. Where am I on 4 points? Yeah, nowhere near. But it's whether or not I could stop any more emergencies going through. I mean, having Spain declare on me there, very annoying. But it's okay. Okay, I think we're just about holding this off for now. I mean, these Spanish ships are really, really annoying me, but I think I've got to prioritize taking Athens and finishing off Egypt. It's not good to have like random conquests still open. All of my economy is going into bombers. Bombers is basically how I'm going to try and pull myself back into this game. Yeah, sod it. I need the gold. I would rather have the gold and use that to get bombers out, but I would try and stop a war declaration, which is probably impossible to stop anyway. Go on, Falcon. Get in there. Take the city. Oh, it doesn't give me the 500 gold because it counts as a free city. But like, it's the first time I was going to get it, and I was going to take it when Egypt had it. Come on. Mean. That's mean. That's what that is. Utterly mean. Yeah, there we go. 4th bomber. Selling all the luxuries I just took from this city. It's becoming a bit of a war juggernaut here. I need to desperately get myself to the naughty government. Fascism, I think, is going to be the combat strength that gets me through this. Oh my goodness. The Ottomans have built Golden Gate Bridge across the Constantinople-Istanbul Strait. Oh, look at it. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I'm proud of you. That's awesome. I love it when the AI actually does something useful. Look at this. Surface-to-air missiles, fleets of units. What's their military strength? 3,500. It's a good thing they're my ally. It's a bad thing they may win this game. Sorry, Athens. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you to peacefully join my nation. We're going to dispense with pleasantries really quickly. Oh, Zaf is so close. Man, I wish I could get my boat round just a little bit quicker. Or in one turn, I'd have battleships to fire over the top. But, okay. Bring this builder in. We'll get ready to capture this. Next turn we'll take Athens. But the bombers are reliably doing damage. Hopefully, it'll be a bit easier to take on Egypt with this sort of level of boom. Is there any point taking on Egypt any further? They've got a couple of campuses, but it's mainly culture and production and luxuries, and it's not a lot. I mean, this land isn't brilliant. There's lots of coal. Is there any aluminium? I guess that's a really good question. Yes, there is aluminium. That's worth 2 bombers. Okay, right. We just keep conquering. We have to keep conquering. Refining, oil, battleships, and mass media. Annoyingly, I've now lost a bit of happiness because I no longer have a need to put people in my cities, but it does give me an excuse to pick up force modernization for a little bit. And with that, Zaf takes Athens. The city is mine. Am I going to liberate it? Absolutely not. Instead, I will land this builder and we will get this source of aluminium in as soon as we can. In fact, actually, I'm going to take a second builder and get you over to here and fix everything up. We've got some tea as well. That is a really, really good pickup for me. I need more coal, and oh, my alliances are expiring. Portugal is not at a threat of winning, as is Gilgamesh. Oh no, Gilgamesh is no friend to me. No. What are you doing, Gilgabro? Don't be like that. He likes me 16. There's a chance. This could just be a phase. We'll offer open borders and embassies so we can get through. Now, Gaul isn't an alliance 2 at the moment. Gaul is only alliance level 1. And if I'm going to get to Germany to try and stop them winning, I might have to go through Gaul. So I'm going to let this friendship expire, which is painful because getting through to Gaul is nigh on impossible. But Hungary is my other ally and they are level 2. So this would basically declare war on the world. Can get to Germany, but I think I'm going to need to declare war on Gaul. Do Gaul have campuses? A couple. Not crazy levels of campuses. It's really, Germany is the heartland I need to go for. All right, quickly, let's go steel and then chemistry. I'm going to let my friendship with Gaul expire. I may regret that. I may regret that very heavily, but I think that's the way to go. Where is the oil? In the desert, I've just conquered, and underneath the campus, I've got 2 sources of oil. That means I can use artillery. My frigate armada, I have upgraded to a battleship armada. Now that means my city strikes are 87 strength, which is a lot tougher than it was before. Makes me feel a little bit better. I'm going to settle another African city here. here. That's got another bunch of silk copies. I probably should be focusing on where the aluminium is and settling near there. Like there's one further to the south, but I like all of these luxuries. Just gives me an option to strike at Spain if I need it. Oh, that's slightly worrying. Mars colony by the Ottomans. Ottomans are my ally. They're much closer to me, but look at all these surface-to-air missiles. Trying to nuke this would be almost impossible. I would need to fire the nuke from a nuclear submarine armada to give my nuke the most sort of air power it could get to try and break through the air defenses, and that might be tricky. Steel. We must steel ourselves for the amount of gold that we will be spending on our bombards, but it is worth it. Yes. Okay, that's a lot better. We have a lot more strength now. Oh, and my city attacks are huge, of course, because of my battleship. This field cannon army is proving a nuisance, but luckily for me, I can hit it once with a bomber and get the era score, because of course my bomber is outnumbered. Let's not forget that. It's totally outnumbered, and now that I've brought bombers down to the Egyptian line, that will flip a lot quicker. I reckon in Egypt we can probably clear in about 10 turns. Sorry, Spain, absolutely going to start settling next to you. Oh, hello, that's an artillery that's just appeared. What you doing there? Luckily I've got steel walls immediately appearing, but I'm going to keep an eye on you. I think they saw that settle coming and they thought, do I want to let Ursa do that? Probably not. I hope with this bombing run, we have finally broken that first city. And Egypt will start to fall. 700 gold now for conquering a city with steel. Yeah, perfect. Once you've unlocked steel, the first thing you do in any city is repair outer defenses. You can just get a lot of it repaired without needing to do much, and we can get our cities striking now. Move our units up, make sure that we're capturing everything we can. It resets the 20% production in every single one of my cities as well. And we use that gold to buy more bombers, which then means we can go after Macedon, who now only has 500 military strength, which is awesome. All right, Navy, come around. Pella can't be invaded, but there's a couple of cities. Actually, no, none of this. None of my navy is going to be very useful. It's literally just Byzantium if I want to go and take them on. Boosting synthetic materials, but again, we've got an era score problem. It is 10 turns. We need 193 points, which is 18 points. Ooh. Gonna get a little bit of era score from taking this city from loyalty. If we make sure that we keep picking up kills on units that are armies or corps with my non-cored units, or at least units that are not quite as cored, I think that'll be quite a good pickup as well. So like that, for instance. Oh, no, it doesn't count. That would be worth a point. I can get at least one of those kills every turn. I should get the golden age. There's another one with my bomber. Okay, it's slowing down my overall conquering, but I believe it is worth it. And I'm pillaging again, which is nice. We're now on to replaceable parts, sanitation, chemistry. Oh, I need research labs. We're up to 433 science per turn. In a normal game, that wouldn't be too bad. But this is no normal game. The Ottomans are now on Mars, but they haven't unlocked smart materials yet. Germany, for whatever reason, has not started on their projects. I don't know why. Perhaps it's the huge war that's been unleashed on them that is distracting them. I don't know. I cannot rely on that lasting very long. All right, Portugal will let me start a beautiful territorial war against Alexander the Great of Macedon. That means we can open up this new front, take on these cities, and try and push in towards the European continent. Again, we're trying to recreate Rome here, and this all involves a lot of invasion. I've built up the beginnings of a second invasion force already. It won't take long to get this into a much more powerful state. This is fine. I'm also finally continuing to settle Rome, well, around Italy anyway. We took our time. We took our time with all of this, but there is some beautiful, beautiful space. Get all of these campuses in. Use all of my factory production from the area. Looking good. It's looking busy. We're up to 31 cities now. How are we on score? Germany were way ahead last time I checked. Oh, I've actually pulled up to third. I like that. Memphis is taken. Another 700 gold. Loyalty is proving relatively easy to hold on to as well. Almost up to the Egyptian capital. That's worth a bunch of era score. If we can take Egypt out of the game, again, really good era score. I don't know if we're going to have time to do it before the age is over, but we'll give it a good go. They're giving me endless builders. I don't know why they're leaving so many builders for me here. Replaceable parts gives me a beautiful food on farms and also production on pastures. Not bad at all. We're still working more and more campuses as well with beautiful one-turn libraries. Bologna, again, has been stolen. The main problem with that is I lose 2 science from every university, which is really big, but Fez is now on side. So we kind of swing some roundabouts. As long as I've got kind of 3 city-states, I don't feel like I'm losing out too much on that. Well, we'll see how this goes. We have conquered Apu, and that means we've now got the gold to buy our 8th and final bomber, at least, you know, until we find another source of aluminium millennium, which I'm not far off. Once I've got ideology and we've gone for the naughty government and Cold War, there is conservation, which lets me get another aluminium out of every source. That's a lot of extra bombers. I'm having to really militarize it. Like, I am not messing about. Here's the capital. Knocky knocky. Ursa's here. Sanitation. We've got 6 turns until the next era, but look at that. That's another 2 era score. We need 11 now. And oh, just in the nick of time, another unit army. Thank you so much. Just another era score. It's just this little stuff. It all helps. Falcon, you are now an infantry. Well done. So I'm going to finish this airport. That'll give me 3 era score. I haven't got the text to do a lot of this other stuff. Still haven't got a splendid holy site commercial hub or theatre square. That's mad. We could complete a canal, mountain to... Oh, there are a lot of military engineer based upgrades, aren't there? Yeah, okay, that'll get some era score. Oh, a military emergency against Rome. Oh, not Rome, but Germany. I'm Rome. Hang on, what? I'm going to add it as a proposal. It might just force the world again to declare war on Germany, although it looks like Germany is now attacking Hungary. This actually may piece me out with a couple of people as well. Not that that's a bad thing. Worth keeping an eye on it though. I'm actually going to take the Dutch out of the equation. Everyone else is fine. My first Macedonian city has been taken. Dion. I actually took that with Curacao, which is, I think, pretty impressive, but it has its own campus with a research lab. Oh yes, these are going to be really scientific cities. I am very sorry, Bologna, but if you're going to declare war on me, I'm stealing your science. Thank you. Spain keeps sending ever increasingly, like, more worrying units. Modern armor. It's just a regular one, but if they send a modern armor army against me, I'm not looking forward to that. Military emergency. We're going to just jump in on this and see what it does. This may throw a little bit of chaos into the game that could help us to win. It may also totally screw us over. I'm not sure at the moment, but sometimes you just have to do it. It passed. And what happened? France, England, Hungary, Portugal, and Gaul have all declared war on Germany. Good to know. But none of the people I was invading really chose to get involved at all, so that is lovely. 5-year plan, in you get. Liberalism, Republican legacy are just keeping me happy. These are really good cards, and I like them. Force modernization is actually really helping to upgrade my army. I'm going to keep that in for now. Levy en masse, 97 gold off per turn. That's probably good. So you will have seen I got 3 era score from finishing my aerodrome. That's wonderful. Now with a little bit of a bomb rush, I should be able to take this line infantry in and take Thebes, which I'm hoping gives me era score for conquering a capital. It does. 4 of it to be precise. I need 3 now in 4 turns, or another source of coal. Actually, a few sources of coal. This is really rich land for strategics. Yeah, fair play. I'm quite glad that we continued fighting in this little direction. Well, here we go. We've now got research labs. This is a very interesting time because I don't have 3 envoys in many of these scientific city-states, but I do want them. I've been holding on to those envoys. I could wait until Cold War just to pick up containment quickly, which I'm gonna do. So we'll save our envoys, but for now, research labs just by themselves, they're a huge amount of science. But what else do I need? What would be good for me right now? I need to be able to intervene rapidly. Say, for instance, if the Ottomans were to get anywhere near, I'd need to drop a nuke. It's got to be nukes, isn't it? Nukes is absolutely the play here. So nuclear fission is where I'm going to go. Artifacts, oil power plants, armies or armadas. Doesn't make sense to beeline for oil right now. I might just conquer one of those. Oh, hang on. Mountain tunnel. There's 2 era score. I just need 1 era score and 4 turns now. Okay. I think we might have done it. Oh my god, that was a +7 campus. I think I remember this from our previous Egypt game on this map. Okay, yeah, that's the sort of thing that I'm looking forward to building. Okay, Macedon are, well, they're putting up a bit of resistance here because look at this. That is anti-air. Oh, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't defend capably. You know how I feel about capable defense. It's highly frustrating. Could you instead very kindly just roll over and let me win? I think that's a great thing. Let's do that instead, shall we? Oh dear, we're still taking cities, but we're going to have to be a little bit careful because I can't just jump straight in on Pella here. Pella right now doesn't appear to have any air defenses. Not that I can see anyway. We'll try attacking with the bomber. Nope, damage taken. Perfect. Right, we'll skip over then. If you're going to defend like some of your cities, but not all of them, I will creep round. Can you use a Curacao? are to kill a mobile surface-to-air missile that's embarked in a lake. Yes, you can. Ursa Ryan, providing the crucial information that you needed to know at all times. Oh, I've just realized that obviously we have shared visibility now, and you can see there's a lot of surface-to-air missiles within Germany. They are protecting themselves. Firing a nuke blankly into this might be tricky. We're going to need the submarines, as I mentioned before. Gaul, your army is thin, my friend. You really need to do better. Unlike England, who appear to have coated every single tile in a red coat, even though they appear to be more pink than red. France is just doing quite well. Did they actually take this hilariously named city? Not quite yet. Come on, France. You need to be court of loving everywhere. Why have you not quite pushed in? Manchester is right there for the taking. Bristol as well. Hungary has a lot of military power, but it unfortunately appears to be missile cruiser fleets stuck in a lake. That's their army. Oh, Bologna. Bologna just flipped out, and oh my lord, I've just gained almost like 70 science per turn, up to 500 now. Germany lost control. Incoming horse assault, and we've secured another source of aluminium. That's it. Oh, and some oil down here as well. And there's a campus. Every time I think I'm going to stop with this Egyptian assault, I see something else and I go, oh no, that's really not good for you, Egypt. I keep seeing things. I think this was the final planned city. There you go. We did it. We finally did it. Let's put an ambitious 86 turn campus down. What could go wrong, eh? What could go wrong? And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennest, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, MTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!